It's the X's and O's podcast. I am Brian Moot, Jasmine Sadri with me per usual as well. We have a lot of fun stuff to get to on the show today. Tons of stuff happening in the NBA. We've got World Cup to talk about. The radio industry is in shambles.
Oh, man.
And shambling harder as we speak. Diana Russini, more of that. But also, Jasmine, it's a big dudes weekend for me.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah. So Ronan, our 3-year-old, and I, it's just me and him this weekend.
Okay.
Jessica, my wife, is on a girls' trip. They went up to Wilmington, North Carolina, which, by the way, I looked at where they landed this morning. She left early. And I was like, oh, there's beaches and stuff. For some reason, I thought Wilmington was like one of those towns in the middle of North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's by beach.
Yeah. I was like, oh, thanks for the invite, Jess.
You don't want to be stuck with it. No, hell no. You don't want to be stuck with a bunch of girls.
No. So we got a lot of plans this weekend. A lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
We're going to go see my friend's kids, my friend's in town from college. His son's playing in like one of those all-star baseball tournaments. We'll go check that out.
Oh, fun.
Well, that's the key. The key with a 3-year-old is this. You got to break the weekend into 4 segments, okay? Starting Saturday. Like tonight when I get done with radio, I'll grab him. We're going to go eat Pizza Planet because he's big into Toy Story.
Whoa, okay.
And Pizza Planet is just the elbow room where we always go. But now I call it a Pizza Planet.
That is really, I was like, whoa, you got a themed, that's awesome, Atlanta.
Nope. I've learned 3.5-year-olds they want to believe everything's awesome. So if you tell them something, they're just going to go with it if it sounds awesome.
I love that. Which, by the way, tell the elbow room they're sleeping on a lot of cash by not.
That's right. They could start like a little like Toy Story 5, like add it to the menu, like just illegally get shut down by Pixar.
Let's go. Disney. You know how many drunk parents would gladly bring their kids to that? Pizza Planet. Just get that old truck and put it out there in front, like the yellow Toyota. Genius. Oh, genius.
So the key is breaking the weekend starting Saturday morning into 4 segments because it's got pre-nap, post-nap, both days. So on Saturday morning, we're going to get up. We're going to break out the Power Wheels Jeep that I supercharged. Goes a little too fast.
I love it. I saw this thing.
And awesome. I put grip on the tires. So I have to keep him in like first gear because it's got second gear and he just dusts me. And he's not super good at watching where he's going. Like he'll turn around and look at me and drive. And I'm like, no, eyes on the road. But like drive that around the neighborhood. Might go across the street to a coffee shop or something. Then the afternoon's baseball. Then Sunday we got a swimming lesson, and then my wife gets home. That's the key. You got to break it into 4 activities because if you just stay doing nothing, just idle, you'll go crazy. You'll lose your mind.
Okay, but aren't you like that makes me exhausted? That's a lot.
Well, hopefully a lot of the stuff, I think when we go watch that baseball game, I can like just chill and let him do things. I'll bring a cooler with me, a couple drinks. And then after that, I think on the way home, we're going to hit like Dave & Buster's because Dave & Buster's with a 3.5-year-old is the cheapest day you'll ever have because he doesn't know how to play the games.
Right.
He thinks he's playing them anyway. He just gets on the motorcycle and just like leans back and forth. Oh, it's incredible.
That's so great.
I also bought a tent. I bought a tent. It's going to be 98 all weekend here, so there's no camping outside.
No.
But we might do living room camping.
Okay.
Maybe. Possibly. Depends on if I feel like having a back injury on Sunday.
Oh, my God. See, that's the other thing. All this sounds fun in theory, but then you're thinking about, okay, what am I going to potentially injure?
Right.
Doing all this.
So I didn't tell you about Toy Story 5 yet. We went to Toy Story 5 last week.
I saw the pictures and listen.
So fun.
I love the commitment to the bit. I saw Jessica's Toy Story shirt.
Yep. I went to Target.
I love it. You guys were outfitted, ready to go. So I love the commitment to the bit.
We had to.
Solid parenting move, guys.
Yeah, it was super fun. He made it through the whole movie. I'm going to have to watch it again because you don't really pay attention to the movie. You're paying attention to him. And he was like, he has a problem with whispering. Like he whispers, but at like full volume. Like, he understands what whispering is, but he doesn't understand that you're doing it so that nobody else can hear you. He'll be like, Dad. And I'm like, what? And he goes, look at Buzz Lightyear. Like super loud. I'm like, hey, buddy, just whispering. He's like, I am whispering. Super loud.
Oh, I'm sweet baby.
So I
love little Ronan.
He understands how to whisper, just not why.
It's
like
just
he doesn't
loud.
understand the why yet. Like because in his mind, he's like, okay, I'm talking like I'm whispering, but he's like, if I go quiet, you won't hear me.
Right.
And the whole point is you hear me.
Poor thing.
And so about 2/3 of the way through the movie, we're going great. He's eating popcorn. He's chilling. And there's some other kids in the movie. I was kind of shocked at how many non-kid families were there, like adults. But then I remembered that Toy Story has been such a multi-generational franchise. First one came out in 95.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Like we were in high school.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that. I barely remember that.
Yeah, that's insanity to me that those movies came out so long ago. So there's a lot of just people there who are just clearly Toy Story fans because they love the franchise and they want to go see it. And it was a holiday. So it wasn't one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, we're at Paw Patrol movie. What the hell are these creeps doing in here? With no kids.
Yeah.
Where's your kid? This is Paw Patrol. No one likes this.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. So he had an amazing time.
Yes, it was super fun. He loved it. He calls it the movie Peter. Like he doesn't do yet. He's not real good at the th yet.
The movie Peter.
The movie Peters. So now everything is the movie Peter. Like when we go to like downstairs in the basement, we have like a 85-inch TV, like the big one in the basement. That's like our chill out room with all his toys.
God.
Let's watch something on the movie Peter.
Sweetheart.
Yeah. So this is what he did. This is really funny. He's super good. This kid will poop anywhere.
Okay, this was a really wild transition.
Yeah, what happened?
Hold on.
He's pooped outside at parks, like just been like, all right, he's pooped in our backyard.
Wait,
he's like, I gotta go. And he just
like in his pants or pulls his
pulls his pants down. We'll sit like on the concrete edge or at a park. He leaned against a tree, like sat against a tree.
Shut up.
Yeah, like he has no problems pooping, which is great because most kids at 3 develop issues, constipation, like all that parent stuff. And then you're just like, oh my God, please, buddy, just go to the bathroom. Like, or they go in their pants or they
hold on.
He's just
wait, hold on. Kids are mirror what they see. Now, clearly, I know you and Jessica don't shit outside. However, does he see Leo? Right. Does he see Leo? And he's like, oh, well, if the dog can do it, so can I.
To be honest, I have no idea. I think so. When he started going no diaper, like this was last summer, he'd be in the backyard in his swim shorts running around and he'd just poop in his swim shorts. And I'd be like, that's all right. I just fling it into the woods. And then, he'd put his shorts back on.
Hold on.
But like toddler poops are just weird, like pine cones because they're so healthy. They don't have any, like, they're not eating anything bad for them. They're not drinking. It's not like he had a big IPA dump in his pants.
Gross. Right. It's not toxic.
No, there's no toxic. It's like the purest you can get to like animal dump, like a dog dump. So anyways,
that's actually not a bad assessment because at first I'm like, oh, human feces. And you're like, yeah, I mean, once you break it down, it's kids.
Yeah. He's not like taking any weird supplements or like he's not on Wegovy. Like he's just eating healthy food every day.
Right.
And so about 2/3 of the way through the movie, he goes, Dad. I'm like, what, buddy? He goes, I has to poop. Like just so loud. And everyone like in our immediate vicinity just started laughing their asses off. Which makes sense because it's such a funny thing to yell out loud. I has to poop. Because he did it in a loud whisper voice.
Oh, little Ronan.
But it's funny because parents that I've told that to, they're like, well, at least he's telling you. Because the worst is like, did you poop is worse than I have to poop.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, and he went right in there in the adult-sized toilet in the men's room and looks right at me, talks to me like he's squeezing it out just in the mid-sentence. It's the weirdest thing. Staring right at me, talking to me, have a conversation.
A day in the life.
He just has he doesn't know what's appropriate or not. And it's just so hilarious.
That's awesome.
So hilariously innocent.
Don't change that, Ronan.
No, never. All right, let's get into the NBA trades this week. Just when you thought we got Giannis from Milwaukee, Giannis and Bobby Portis to Miami Heat. The Miami Heat just gave him their entire roster this next season, and also like 5 draft picks, like 3 number 1s and some number 2s.
Oh yeah, they gave him the whole kit and caboodle. They gave them. Hold on, let me pull this up here. 2031 and 2033 unprotected first round picks top of.
For people who don't know what unprotected and protected means is that sometimes you have a protected first round pick, which means if it's in a lottery or it's too high, you don't you don't get that pick.
Right.
It's to protect teams from like giving the Oklahoma City Thunder too many number ones.
Oh, we don't ever want that.
Lottery picks. Which, by the way, that was frustrating. That 7'3" dude from Michigan drops to Oklahoma City.
Yes.
So now they've got 2 7-footers, but maybe they're just gonna move on from Chet Holmgren because now they got too many 7-footers, and Chet Holmgren sure played like a little like Wemby's little
gross,
bitch.
awful. This is way too much OKC Thunder talk.
I don't know what I was
going
doing.
back to the Heat, and this is what. Remember, everything always comes back to the Luka trade. This just makes you even more insane for what the Mavericks got for Luka.
That's so true. I mean, it was highway robbery. Dude, did Nico Harrison never like? Did he not even ask AI? AI, what could I get for Luka Doncic?
Oh, even chat shamed him. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh my God, chat, all the AIs, Claude, you name it. They were all, so people were hypothetically like right around the trade. They were like, what are your thoughts on the trade? And even AI was like clowning him. Like,
that's so funny.
What a fucking moron. No, who would trade Luka for that?
Seeing that, like, look, Mikal Bridges, when he went to the Knicks, they gave up 5 first rounders and like 2.
Yeah.
Like, so. But how did Luka get traded for like Anthony Davis in like maybe a 2nd round pick like next year?
Yeah. For nothing.
1 pick and like an injured, aging former superstar in Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you're not even. It's not like you traded for rookie Anthony Davis who was coming off of his high at Kentucky, like where he was a baller. We got this version of Anthony Davis, who we literally never. I mean, maybe saw in a uniform a handful of times.
You flipped him straight to DC anyway. It's like. It's so insanity. But you're right. Like that haul of picks. Crazy.
It made me go crazy.
And Miami now has like no players. I mean, they got a starting 5.
I hate the Heat. Let them rot.
Yeah. The other trade too that I thought was funny. It came in through like the last second. This one I just don't know. I don't know how it makes sense because I haven't really thought about it. But it's North Carolina or Charlotte trading LaMelo Ball to Minnesota for some assets and trades and like Naz Reid, LaMelo Ball.
How is he so relevant?
Well, he's really good when LaMelo Ball's weird. LaMelo Ball sometimes plays. He'll have a stretch in a game where you're like, this is the greatest, most talented point guard I've ever seen play. And then he'll turn around in the next stretch. You're like, this guy just came off a run at LA Fitness. Like, what the hell is happening right now with that guy?
You know what's interesting? I don't know if this is a stretch, but like he's one of those players to me where you like, when you sometimes forget someone's in the league. And a good, for example, for me personally, it was even like Joe Flacco back in his heyday. Like you always forgot he was in the league.
It really happens when they like. There's certain teams where you're like, who the hell is that guy?
Right.
Oh my God, he plays for Charlotte. Or he plays for New Orleans.
Right.
Pelicans.
I mean, here's how sad that was. Joe Flacco was playing in one of the Super Bowls I was actively covering, and I forgot Joe Flacco was a thing, right? So, like, that's sad.
That's kind of his thing. That's kind of his charm, is like the forgettable.
Yeah, I guess.
He's like better Trent Dilfer.
Oh my God, Trent Dilfer. That's another perfect one too. Yeah, so it's like
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. So then it's like, honestly, to be very honest with you, I feel like the Ball family is only ever in the news because of their absurdity, just the stupid shit. Yeah. Like his kid's name not too long ago we were talking about. And then his dad, evidently the mom is now divorcing the dad. And the dad's like, well, I guess she wanted to go off and do bigger and better things. And so it's like the Ball family is literally just...
It's like we're forced to know who they are.
Yeah, it's like ball bag material.
I love that they had their shoes, the big baller brand shoes. I feel bad for Lonzo because he was talented, minus his weird shot.
Yeah. It was ugly.
Super talented, injury ridden. There's a chance I'm sure he could get an NBA, like a really low level contract for an NBA team. Still, LiAngelo was never going to make the league.
No, he was just a ball.
Now he's just gonna make bad. Now he just makes bad rap songs and goes on Twitch live.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable.
And LaMelo's weird because he looks like he just doesn't take basketball serious. Like he just doesn't have a serious face.
I know,
like his hair's all wild and like dumb tattoos.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw his video once, and when he was in like maybe his 3rd year in the league, I think he's been in the league the same amount of years as Anthony Edwards. They were in the same draft class, and somebody at another high rise in Charlotte was like, filming LaMelo Ball just driving around on the rooftop of his condo suite in a go-kart and just doing circles in a go-kart. And he was leasing Cam Newton's like massive penthouse in Charlotte and turned the rooftop into a go-kart track. And the guy was like 24 years old. So I'm like, this guy is just a giant child. Like he never had to grow up or never did grow up. He was the youngest Ball brother, went and played. And that's the crazy part about it is everyone thought he was the biggest joke of the three. And he was like, no, he's going to be the best. And he went out to Australia. He went to Lithuania at like 16. He started playing pro in Australia. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, he's a lottery pick. And I was like, that's crazy. How did that goofball go? And they're like, well, he's 6'7" now. I'm like, okay, that helps.
And let's give him a reality show.
Sometimes you watch him play and you're like, this guy's incredible. And then sometimes you watch him play and you're like, this is the worst basketball player to ever touch a ball. And I just don't know how it's going to work out with Anthony Edwards has zero chill. Like he goofs around and jokes, but he like when it comes to being competitive, like he's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
How are you going to have two guys who really need the ball in their hands, like usage rates? How the hell are those two going to work together? It just doesn't make any sense that would be the guard you would go for. It feels like, I don't know.
People said the same thing about, and yes, it's going to come back to this, but they said the same thing about Luka and Kyrie when it was like, ooh, two strong personalities. Yeah. Who's going to have, who's going to get the ball? You know what I mean? So there was like that argument too. And well,
I feel like Kyrie
how that happened
is more of an intellectual, and maybe
he's so cerebral. No, he's very like cerebral.
He would tell you he's a big intellectual too.
Like he touches grass and he does all the things that you should be doing as a human. Like he's very cerebral.
Basketball IQ wise, he's a bit smarter than LaMelo Ball, and I feel like
I would venture to
say because they've been able to play with some of the greatest players of all time and make them better, like LeBron and Cleveland and stuff.
100%.
So it's like Kyrie's one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
100%.
In every statistical category. His
regardless of what you think of him at like some people are like, oh, he's a cancer. And I think that it just took him getting it like anything else. You put him in the right system and look what happened. Look what happened with the Dallas Mavericks. That magical run.
And he's also a flat earther too, I think. Which is
I know. But he's so interesting. Well, he's such a quirky guy.
Also, he just knows how to play. Call me crazy, but I think he's got more basketball IQ than LaMelo Ball.
He does. Although some of the anti-Semitism stuff was like,
that's bad. Okay,
yeah, look, that's bad.
A lot of his stuff was bad. I'm just saying, if he didn't talk in interviews, he would have been a great player. He still is a great player.
That's like 100% of the people in any player in any league. Just shut your mouth.
All right. What do you think about the Mavs' new coaching hire?
So here's what's funny. Okay, so you know me and the Mavs. I have this like love-hate. Where do I fit my fandom? Because I'm still just so torn. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued with this move. Obviously just coming off of the national championship win over UConn, we're riding that high. I think that for the Mavericks, and it feels so weird because I feel like I'm talking about the Mavericks in like a they and not an us way.
Yeah, but that's how you feel weird. Because I feel like they haven't gotten any of the fans in Dallas to buy in yet.
Oh, well, because we just don't know what to buy yet. We're still reeling in like, we don't trust you. So like, that's great. You can bring in all these fucking sexy, overhyped people, but our trust issues are so deep by people that we're afraid that they'll be ripped away. It's why we don't know where to place Cooper either, because he's phenomenal, but we're too scared to get close to him.
Yeah. Also, Cooper hasn't even, it makes more sense because and maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't think Cooper has like done the things quite yet to like outwardly endear himself to the Dallas community. Like Luka, Luka was like Highland Park, like all over the place, just in Dallas,
everywhere.
Just driving down McKinney in his giant weird Hummer and just talking to people at games and being a normal dude. I don't know if that's Cooper's thing yet.
No, but I also think you've got to also understand Cooper is a baby. So he's still, and he came in, I feel sorry for him. He came in as an 18-year-old kid into all of this fuckery, into a fan base that is ready to fucking murder everybody. And now he's the guy that's supposed to, hey, this is the answer to losing Luka. Like, imagine that, right? So I felt terrible for him as just a young kid coming in and just trying to play basketball, just doing what he loves. Now, he's done his fair share of local. Like, he was just the grand marshal out at Texas Motor Speedway for one of the larger NASCAR races, like a couple months ago.
You got to meet the fans where they're at, bro.
Got to meet the fans where they're at.
Texas Motor Speedway.
Right. And he was awesome. And he's you can see, like, when you in interviews and anything that's sort of public, he's still trying to figure himself out. He's a young kid. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, even as an adult, much less a teenage kid.
The way he's handled himself in terms of being rookie of the year, putting up just absurd numbers with all that pressure and all the eyeballs, and everyone at the Mavs organization being like, oh my God, this it's not going to pull us out of this hole, but this is the only shot we got right now. Good job, Coop.
Ride the high. Right, ride the high.
If he was a bust, oh no.
I know. I know. Well, and so anyway, going back to what do we trust anymore? So with Dusty May, I think it's a promising move for the Mavs. I think that, he's a player's coach, number one, which is very vital. Now, this, the college to the NBA jump, the risk on that. But I feel like Dusty May is positioned, he's poised to at least be able to bridge that gap. You know what I mean?
Yes. I've heard some interviews with him a lot because he's on the Dan Le Batard show a lot, where he was, because he was the coach at FIU, I think it was, or FAU.
I believe so, before Michigan.
One of those. One of those teams that all of a sudden in the tournament came out of nowhere and made like a deep run.
Florida Atlantic, yes.
Yeah, it was they made a Final Four.
Yes.
And out of nowhere. And then he transferred to Michigan, moved to Michigan, took some of those players with him that were great as well. I think the young coaches now who have made their success in the NIL era, I think translate better to the NBA than the old school coaches, like, the Patinos and the guys that like remember the good old days when I used to be able to just tell you to run lines and shut up.
Yep.
And
the Patinos, the Bill Selfs, all those guys.
You want perks here? We gave you a cafeteria card. Go get a pile of bacon.
Right. The Caliparis. I mean, you remember just in that heyday, it was Self and Calipari and
those guys were able to dominate because their only pitch was, I don't care if you leave after 1 year.
Right.
Like, that's what we do here. We go deep in the tournament and half my team goes to the draft. And if you want to be in the NBA next year because you don't want to be poor anymore, it's not the same anymore. Now you have guys that literally the Atlanta Hawks took Henry Vassar, who from North Carolina, who walked away from a $5 million on the table NIL deal to get picked 52nd in the draft because he could have gone in the first round, but didn't. So you have kids that are like making like business moves now. So I feel like with Dusty Slay, like he's already been able to bring, because I mean, he recruited that team that won.
He did. Well, you saw him during the draft, like his reactions to like his players like not on the board.
Yeah, every dude like Yaxel, Ade Mara, all these guys were all just mercenaries brought in from other schools, or not even mercenaries. Like Ade Mara wasn't great at UCLA, and he looked at it and was like, I can, that guy will fit right into what I want to do. And also helping those guys understand that, look, this is just a stepping stone. So if you want to play the game with me, and you are your own business, your own brand, but if you want to make that brand bigger, we can win a championship here, and you can go 100%. To the NBA. So well, I feel like he's better equipped for that mindset now with the NBA, because as you know, like they're grown men in businesses. It's so funny. Sometimes when they get a technical foul in the NBA, I'm like, they're going to be in so much trouble at practice tomorrow. And then no one cares. Like
no one cares. Well, especially now in this NIL world, because it's a different, no pun intended, but it's a completely different ball game. So like imagine that that sect of college basketball, men's college basketball from like 1990 to like mid 2000s. If you're talking the Michigan Fab Five, you're talking Mike Krzyzewski's Duke Blue Devils, you're talking all of these, all of these teams. Like your brain just goes to Kentucky and Wake Forest and UConn, like all of these teams with big notable players. Imagine an NIL world then.
Right. It evens the playing field too.
Dude.
Because now you can't have like, the top 5 programs that if I want to go to the NBA, man, I really got to go play for Calipari. I got to go play for, you know, I got to go play for Kansas or all these.
Yeah, Kansas. That's another one too.
Now you can go, you can make your money, and you can stand out. Like, I mean, Houston's been big.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Houston had 3 dudes go in the first round.
Yes.
Crazy.
It's insane. So like, you just think of all of these factors that go into it. But yeah, I think Dusty May, which just sounds like a country girl's name. I can't get Dusty May out of my head. But I think Dusty May is, listen, it is what it is. It's the Dallas Mavericks, my guy. So
Dusty May is a perfect Texas name.
It's a perfect Texas name, but also I wouldn't fully unpack the U-Haul. Like, the Dallas Mavericks have become the modern day, like, iHeart.
Yeah. Oh, let's get to radio cuts here. Let's talk about it. This is a perfect segue for that. But yes, I love Dusty May. I think he's going to be great. I think he's a good players coach. But it is a thing where you got to. The one thing that the Dallas Mavericks don't have right now is trustable management in any way, shape, or form.
The one thing they don't have is Luka.
Okay, that was the original thing, but I'm saying above that, the bigger picture.
There is no above that, Brian.
Yeah, right. Below that, right below that, they don't have trustable management. They have owners that clearly just want to open casinos and stick them in there. I still can't believe they're moving to out of downtown Dallas. That is such a
to an old mall site.
I mean, they really think they're going to bring people in from like Richardson. And
you know what broke my soul in half? And I posted this on my Instagram, and I promise I'll shut up after this.
You follow at Jasmine Sadri, by the way, if you want to see a heartbreak.
For all of my Mavs meltdowns, it's there front and center. So they were asking Dirk at this event. They were like, "Oh, so now that the Mavs are moving to the old Valley View Mall site, what do you think is going to happen with your statue?" And he was like, "Oh," and you know, he's just so nice and so diplomatic. He's like, "Oh, ha ha ha. You know, I bet they'll. You know, I'm not quite sure what'll happen because I don't really keep in touch with the Mavs much anymore."
Oh, wow.
Just hearing that. Do you understand? Everybody just puked out of their buttholes. Like, that is the worst.
I heard Cuban's trying to get back in. Is that?
Yeah, it's iffy. But he's also making the media rounds talking about, yeah, they screwed me over because I was supposed to be like, it's just, do you understand being an MFFL every day? The pain and anxiety. Yes. Muffle. It's excruciating because every day since February 1st of 2025, we can have no peace.
It's so sad.
And I'll leave it at that.
Also, Cuban, Mark Cuban saying that he got screwed over in that deal makes me go like, then you shouldn't be on Shark Tank anymore. Stop trying to get these deals.
I mean,
like if I was on Shark Tank and he was trying to hardball me, and he'd be like, I want X amount for 30% of your business. Like, how about I give you 17? That seems to be the number you like to take of a team.
Oh, you're being
petty. Come on, Mark.
I know. And I love Mark Cuban. So like, I don't know where to place my hurt, Brian.
Just on your Instagram at Jasmine.
It is. Oh, please, y'all.
Yeah. So let's talk about radio cuts. There's supposed to be more of them. So iHeart basically gutted almost everything they have left.
What's left?
Other than the iHeart thing is so frustrating because I worked for iHeart and my show was blown out for Bobby Bones, which is an ostensibly terrible show. Like by any measurable metric other than social media numbers, that's a podcast.
I don't get it.
On radio, it's terrible. It always underperforms. It always tanks your station. It tanks the other day parts. It's always bad. Bobby Bones is always bad.
So
even in their own market.
Even in their own market. So let me share this real quick. So his original PD from Austin had moved to Dallas. This was probably like 15 years ago. And I was on an iHeart station doing mornings. So this PD was always like during our air checks, which if you're listening to this or watching this and you don't understand what an air check is basically where all the talent sits in their program director's office
and listens to their own audio.
It's basically going through game film in the worst, most excruciating, just get us out of here. We've been here for 8 hours already. We want to go home.
Where's when they ask you, what did you think about that one? And
yeah.
Like, well, clearly good. I did it live on the radio. Clearly I thought it was good.
Right.
Clearly you don't.
Can't win them all.
Why are we talking about it?
Can't win them all. Anyway, long story even longer. So he always, he tooted his horn. You know, I was the original PD that put that show together. Yep. I was the one that put that together with Lunchbox and Amy and all. And we're like, great. So he literally would tell us, he would pull clips from their show and be like, you need to be more like this. And our host at the time looked him dead in the face and he goes, no.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. So anyway, I don't get it either. I don't understand. Well, God love him. Knock yourself out.
It's frustrating because iHeart did this big pat themselves in the back thing. They're like, we're not doing AI. It will always be human beings. Yeah, the same 10 of them, you might as well have AI. It doesn't matter. Like, don't take a victory lap too hard. I mean, you're still firing everybody in smaller markets and other markets and putting in the same like 5 morning shows. Like you've got your alt show. You got like I can name most of them. The Woody Show. You got the Woody Show. You've got Bobby Bones. You've got Craddock Craddock Nation. You're still syndicating. You got a couple other ones. It's just Breakfast Club. You're putting on all the urban stations, and Nat gets its ass beat too. It's like, what you're not understanding is, yes, you guys, like iHeart has done amazing things in digital. Amazing things. Their podcasts, they're so forward thinking in digital.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you have to totally torpedo the radio side of things. Keep that. They can be separate. They can be complementary. But it's almost like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul right now and just butchering radio markets to try to lean into podcasting and digital. And here's the kicker on that one, Jasmine. You know this because you work in digital stuff, podcasting. If some of those massive brands just stop doing their show, you are just holding nothing but your junk. Like if Theo Vaughn decides,
truly,
I've made enough money, I don't want to do this dumb podcast anymore, I just want to focus on this, and stops, like his contract's up and just stops, or goes to Spotify or does anything else, like you are so screwed.
Yeah,
because you're depending on individuals now who own their own brands.
100%.
What are you doing?
Which, by the way, as someone who used to be employed by the man, I love that content creators now hold all the cards. Because it's like, especially like with our podcast, huge following, massive. I mean, we
make it bigger, share.
Oh, dude, please do all the things, please. And I love that because for so long we were at their mercy, and now we've got the cards. Nope. It's like, you want to play ball with me? Like, think of like a Joe Rogan. If he was like, Deuces Spotify, they'd be like, whoa, hold on, we need you, right?
Yeah. The thing that I've seen iHeart do recently, which I thought in the sports space, and iHeart, I'm sure they have numerous people. I don't know what the corporate structure looks like 100%, but with Stu Gatz, who left Le Batard show, he does nationwide ESPN radio on iHeart, like an iHeart network, iHeart Studios. But they also heavily invested in a FanDuel partnership, so he's doing Stu Gatz and company at the same time. Yeah. And it's like, okay, yes, now you're starting to get it. Why? But you don't have to blow out all these smaller markets. Why don't you help build those? They can make money locally. Like Bobby Bones is not making money I don't know the numbers on it, but I guarantee you that they're not making a lot of money
to justify.
They're not paying him much.
No.
To take those jobs.
No. So here's what's even crazier. Do you know, and because I was looking at like the long death list, if you will, morbidly, it's awful because these lists come out in all the trades. And of course, the first thing you want to do is go look for names of people right? Just to be able to send
Cumulus is going to have a bunch today. There's a lot of people. That's always been like it's like a cut list on Friday, and you're like, oh, so like middays is on right now. They're going to have a meeting in the last 5 minutes of their show, and that's over.
It's awful.
7:05. If you're in afternoon radio right now and your boss is staying late, get out of there as fast as possible.
Leave. Pull your air checks. No, go pull all the things off the skimmer. Go get your stuff.
Every audio you can. No one wants to stick around until 7 on a Friday unless they have to be on air. So if your boss is down the hallway still there, get out.
Pro tip: ask us how we know.
Or morning show if you're there and your boss is there at 8:15. Get out.
Get out, leave.
Get out at 10.
Track the whole last hour, actually. Leave.
And just run. And don't come back.
Don't come back. So one of the lists that I saw, because in this, we started talking about this, what's left to cut, because then what happens to those roles? So I don't know if you know this person. His name is John Jeffries. I don't know him personally, but I saw his name on the punch list. Brian, he was an EP for the iHeart Sports Radio Network. He was in charge of 51 markets.
Good Lord.
What? 51 markets.
What are they doing with those? Just autopilot?
That's what I'm saying. So there's only so much AI can do, people.
Right.
So like, I almost want to feel like we should call John up and have him come on the show. Cause I'm like, hold on, we've got to talk about this because this is insane. Anyway,
markets.
Previously he was anchoring for Fox Sports, also in LA, Houston, Atlanta, and Phoenix. Like this guy has, again, he's one of many that have wonderful resumes and are insanely talented that iHeart's like, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
always human.
It's funny when you talk about cutting because it's like the number of cuts that they have. Like for me, I don't have a co-host. It's just me in the afternoons from 3 to 7.
Right.
So if they want to cut me, it's like, well, you just don't agree with the number you said you'd pay me, and then endorsements. When the number you said you pay me is not like my career guarantee money has gone down every single year, starting it peaked in LA in 2018, and just been systematically negotiating myself down.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you remember our contracts like back in the day when radio was a thing? We were making bank, and it was awesome.
Well, that's the thing. It's like some of those radio hosts that hit it big in like I'd say like right around from like 95 to 2015 was like just morning radio.
I'll take my victory lap.
Killing it.
It was killing it.
You have millionaire radio hosts.
Dude, my house was bought and paid for in cash because of radio back in the day for me.
That's incredible. I got into it. I got into it right when someone took a blowtorch to everything.
Sucks. Because you would have been
2014, right when everyone like blow torches to everything.
That sucks because you are so phenomenally talented. I would have loved to have seen you back in the day, like when it was competitive, like really competitive. So awards meant something because you were up against competitive people. Now, oh my God, I'm like, they got a Marconi? They suck.
That's
what?
Those award shows, when working in country radio made me value those things so much less because there's so many million. Country radio can't stop giving itself awards. They make up award shows, CMAs, the ACMs, the like whatever country.
But the talent thinks they're more famous than the artist. So that's the one genre, and I think you and I bonded on this. When we got pulled into country, I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. You people think you're actually bigger than the artists, and this is corny. It's so weird.
I love it too when people like a station gets a Marconi award and they're like, I just couldn't be more proud to be on the Marconi award. Come on, knock it off.
You guys play music. Garth Brooks gave you this award.
Yeah, that station won because you have the most people listening in the entire country.
Also, Luke Combs is a badass and you play his music. He won you the award. It wasn't original content. You're not a talk station. Anyway, I'll get off my radio soapbox.
Well, we'll see. There'll be more cuts. So.
Oh yeah, it's sad. I mean, we joke, but it's sad.
Yeah, it's always a bummer because nobody wants to move. I'll be interested to see if Cumulus Atlanta dodges any of this this round.
What's left to cut?
iHeart Atlanta did, and they just hired a bunch of people, but that doesn't mean anything because you can get fired less than a year in. Cumulus Atlanta they're leveraged on staff, so. I don't know. We'll see. They should start cutting useless vice presidents, but I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of those, they just make up jobs for each other.
That's right.
All right, let's talk World Cup because it's going crazy. Man, I kind of got to be honest. Team USA looked so bad in their last game.
Oh, yeah.
Against, I talked myself into either way.
Turkey A. Why are we calling it Turkey A?
Maybe is that what it's always been called to them? And we just like, nah, man, it's Turkey.
I think so because we're ignorant.
That's funny.
I feel like it's the official like UN name for them, but we're like, yeah, it's Turkey.
There's Turkey, dude. That is a very American thing. Everyone was bitching on Twitter last night. I'm calling it Turkey, man. I don't care. And it's like, yeah,
great.
It's just it's like we do that a lot. I mean,
if that's the hill you want to die on, knock yourself out. Like really, there's bigger things.
You know how many people like foreign names have been just totally butchered and changed? Like you're like. Iraq, Iran, we just call it whatever we want to, and then we move on, and then we act like it's they're somehow a bunch of little bitches for like calling themselves Turkey. Like, okay, whatever. It's never been called Turkey. We just spelled it Turkey, and we all called it Turkey, and we learned that it was Turkey in fourth grade.
Great. Let's move on. It's really okay, guys.
I did the thing last night. I was watching it with my friend, and he's like, "Oh man, I really wanted him to roll into that, like undefeated on a high." And I was like, "Yeah, but also get that loss out of the way." It's like you can argue either direction because now they're in the knockout rounds.
Yep.
So the next loss is it, and I think we're playing Bosnia.
Yes, but
it's gonna be hard to root against Bosnia because they're always war torn.
I know it's so shitty.
You get out there and be like, yeah, boo.
I know.
Guys are like barely survived getting out of the country, and we're like, yeah, you guys suck, man. I'm getting another hot dog.
Right, exactly. Well, okay, so the thing Joey and I kind of talked about last night, and because everything at this point, because sports now is just entertainment. It's not even about sports. It's about positioning things to rigging things to make things happen. We could potentially see a US versus England match on July 4th on the 250th anniversary. I could see Trump going, let's do it on the White House lawn.
Do it right there.
Could you imagine?
Let's have him play in the octagon that's still there.
Could you imagine? So listen, put your conspiracy hat on. I feel like they're going to rig it to make it happen.
I mean, that would be.
It'll be the next Miracle on Ice.
Pretty epic.
It'll be the next Miracle on Ice.
The thing that would be brutal, then if it does happen, Trump's going to attend. All these politicians are going to go. It's going to ruin the experience of everyone when 900,000 security guards are there. Secret Service they have to move it to like a secure dome location where no one can shoot rockets through the top. Who knows?
No,
but it'd be awesome.
I think it's going to be amazing.
Oh, the match will be awesome,
dude. They would print. Do you know the numbers globally? What that would be?
If you had
stupid.
If you had tickets like to that, like if you would have gone in, I know they're like 2,000 right now, like 1,400 right now to buy tickets to games that matches people don't even know who's going to play them yet.
Yeah.
But if you bought some of those tickets, I was like, you're an idiot, man. You know who's going to be in those, and you end up buying the quarterfinal that has USA and England, and you're like, yeah, well, I just sold the 2 tickets I have for like $7,000 a piece, so a good 600% markup on that.
See, and I would have to go to that one. That's one of those things where it's historical. Like that's a game
where
like,
where would it be played?
That's a good question. Let me see.
I know that there's a chance that Atlanta is going to get either England or France in the next round. Or in the knockout stages. We have a couple of knockout games, or at least one. And then we have a semifinal here as well.
It's saying TBD.
Yeah.
Even on location.
Probably like they need. Oh, they're probably going to move it to a bigger stadium if they can. Oh my God, we're going to sell 1 million tickets. To this
Actually, hold on. I lied.
The Cotton Bowl.
Dude, no. I'm not kidding you. Philly.
Really? Oh, yes. Man. That's hilarious.
Are you kidding me?
It would be better if it was Massachusetts. If it was Boston.
It would be better if it was or DC, like if there was somehow to play in DC. However, Philly is part of the OG, Liberty Bell and, all that stuff.
You're going to have everyone dressed in their stupid reenactor costumes.
Oh, give me life, please. July 4th, please let it be England and the
tailgate. The tailgates will be awesome. So will the watch parties.
Yeah.
They got to reopen. I mean, the FIFA fan experience down here in Atlanta has been incredible.
Oh, same here in Dallas.
Sold out every single night, like tens of thousands of people. It's ridiculous. Incredible.
I mean, Arlington. Sorry, I don't want to smite Arlington.
Yeah. Well, hey, Fort Worth, we're not forgetting about you either. We know you're on the west side. Why is the TSA hating on ranch? Because all the foreigners are trying to smuggle ranch back in there.
This is so amazing. Okay, so yes, because they want to bring these giant bottles of ranch, and obviously with TSA, you've got like the ounce restriction.
Which I love people discovering ranch. It's like, yeah, guys, it's like flavored mayonnaise. You idiots just dip your fries in like regular mayonnaise.
It's so great. It's so great. So anyway, the TSA had to post on Twitter X, and they said if you're visiting a very large sporting event and you happen to discover ranch while you're here, please pack it in your check bag on the way home. Thank you. Yeah. To which Kraft, genius on their marketing team, they were like, oh, we see that and we raise you. We're going to unveil a limited edition travel kit that features 3.4 ounce friendly packets, a clear travel bag, and a luggage tag, all branded by Kraft. To which Hidden Valley, it's the battle of the ranches, Hidden Valley was like, hey, you don't have to go through all that mess. We offer our dry ranch seasoning packets. But I'm like, ew, yeah, you can't. It's not the same.
Yeah, it really isn't to mix it up like that.
You can't trust them to do like because they don't know ranch enough to be like, oh.
Here's a question for TSA though. If you freeze it, can you bring it on as a carry-on? Because it's not a liquid anymore, right?
Gross. And then it's going to thaw out.
Yeah, on the plane. If you froze a bunch of ranch,
it's technically a solid.
My mom once. It's funny.
That's a good idea.
When I was in college, I went home for Thanksgiving. My mom was like a crazy person. She packed me like so much food in a bag to check, and it was like perishables. And she's like, "Okay, well, it doesn't matter, Brian, because I wrapped them in like tinfoil, and there's ice in there. Like there's
like lasagna and like
packs, like a giant half a turkey." And like like a ham, like a spiral ham, and like things.
I bet the whole cabin loved you.
So no, I checked the bag because there's like gravy and stuff. But she did it so she wrapped everything in tinfoil and had like igloo ice bags in there, like frozen. And she's like, Brian, it's fine. It's only like a 2-hour flight, so by the time you get to your apartment, it'll still be cold.
Oh no!
Right? Well, they lost the bag, so the the bag was like missing for 3 weeks.
So mom's spaghetti is just flying around somewhere and we don't know?
Yeah, it was just like kicking around the Ontario airport in California. And finally they called me like 3 weeks later and like, hey, we found your bag. And I was like, you just throw that away. And they're like, really? You don't want it? And I'm like, it's full of food. And they're like, oh yeah, you probably don't want this.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Like, no, that thing's over.
Ugh.
The ranch thing is funny to me. How are none of these how is Hidden Valley like, hey, don't bring your ranch back, here's an idea, free shipping to your international location?
You
order all these things. All you need to do is order a ton of stuff.
They've opened it 100%. They have now, both Craft and Hidden Valley are going to be like
international,
fighting for market share for the global audience for sure.
I just love that they're discovering things like that, or hot dogs. It's like, and just the fact that I would say this, it's funny when everyone's like, oh man, America's not that bad. It's like
yeah, no shit,
because their parents suck, right? It's like there's certain countries, of course, where the regime or it's not safe or there's stuff going on or there's war. Okay, we get it. But there's other countries where you're like, I'm not going there, man. Americans are dicks. It's like, no, the people that run the country are dicks. People who live here, there's a lot of dicks, but there's a lot of dicks in the UK.
Everywhere, yeah.
But it's
They're
like,
all over.
It's like you don't hate people just because their parents are jerks. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
So everyone's over there like, this is pretty fun, man. I mean, these gas stations pretty rad. They're like, Target's amazing.
I know. It's going to make me sad. What are we going to do, Brian? I'm going to go into a depression because this has given me so much life over the last couple of weeks.
Crime is down 9% in Atlanta during the World Cup. And I'm like, that's all we need to do is just have one continuous world tournament happening at all times.
Awesome.
Hunger Game style. Before we get out of here, we got to talk about the Russini saga that just keeps getting like. So Diana Russini, quick recap.
It's back.
Kind of busted canoodling with Mike Vrabel. He's an NFL head coach for the Patriots. She was definitely probably engaged in a little bit of helping him tamper with things by really leaking stories, and he'd be giving her information, and they were doing it. And
there's that. They were dorking.
They were doing it.
They were poking each other.
They were both married, still are married, I believe. I don't think anyone's left that yet. But people keep doing deep dives on her. She was making $800,000
from the Athletic.
From the Athletic. That's insane. But that's what happens when you're the one getting all these inside stories. That's what the information game gets you at this point because you're the first one trending. Yeah,
because you're doing that for $800,000.
Get in there,
getting the scoop.
Get in there, literally and figuratively, and get the scoop.
You're getting paid $800,000 to get laid. Basically,
and just travel and go to like sporting events. And I don't know. I feel like at some point in time, she must have just felt so untouchable because it doesn't make any sense. You're making $800,000, and yes, you have quote unquote slept your way to that position. But at what point don't you go, all right, I can't jeopardize this? Like when Mike Vrabel's like, hey man, why don't we like go rent a boat and get out there and like go on the water? Like, I don't know, Mike, like why don't we just like, let's take a step back here. Like, you're too famous, I'm recognizable, and there's too much at stake here. Well, at what point? Why they just must have thought that no one like would ever find out? It's the internet. The internet exists. You're gonna get busted.
Bingo. And if you see just any interviews with either of them, they're just arrogant. They think they're above board, right? They think they're untouchable. And so like, think about even like with Diana Russini making the rounds, talking shit about her husband, acting like she was some hot shit. Yeah. She was just, she's just loud and vocal and like just abrasive. Like she didn't give a shit. And she thought truly, because think about it. If you're her, I hold all the cards, dude, because I'm boinking all the coaches. I get all the scoop. So you would be fucked without me. So there's that layer. But then you've seen Vrabel in just interviews where he thinks his shit doesn't stink, and how you've seen the one that went viral where he was talking about his dick size. He's like, oh, I'd cut off 6 and give my wife another whatever. Just stupid. Like your dick's so huge. Right.
12.
Right. So they carried themselves in arrogance. And what happened was they got caught. And now they're like, oh shit, we're not above board. We've got to face consequences too. So now it's this fake, I fell short as a man, bullshit. And then her being like, oh, I better go into hiding. Like,
well, her thing with hiding is there's some reporters who are, there's a lot of people who are just not going to let her hide on this. Like the New York Times is mad. New York Times did a big expose. It's where all these things that no one thought mattered are all resurfacing. Like we were talking about this before the show, but FaceTiming somewhat of the cop's favorite coach when she got pulled over to get out of a ticket, which we both kind of agreed. If you can pull that card, pull it.
Dude, and here's where I'm like, here's the problem. Because Diana Russini's punch list of shitty things she's done is growing. This is like, if it was anybody else but Diana Russini, you'd be like, yeah, get after it. Because listen, back in the heyday of radio, I told you this story. I was on a station in Dallas that was like, I mean, you were royalty if you were on that station. Everybody knew you. And one of the talent that was on the show was very, very, his name was Russ Martin, very supportive of the local police and fire, always donated, did a lot of charitable work. They loved the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I say loved because he's since passed away. So anyway, Russ was one of our fixture talent on that station at Live 105.3. And so one day, I mean, I did the morning show, and full disclosure, I was racing to get to work. I was so late. I overslept. So I was doing literally like 70 and like a 45. Yeah. I don't condone that. Obviously it was stupid.
But you hit that panic mode where you're late for a show. They're talking about you. They're making fun of you. You're
awful. Like, just awful. I got to get there. Right. So, and I was young. I was like 24 at the time. Anyway, so I'm like racing, and I, at the time, and this is not me bragging, this is just me telling you the story. So at the time, making really stupid money. I was driving this SL 500. So I was racing around in this car down basically the street I was on. So of course get flagged by a cop. It's 3:45 in the morning. Like what is this person doing? So he comes over and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're you." I'm like, "Yes, hi, nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, don't you love Russ Martin?" He's like, "Man," he started talking his ear off about Russ Martin. So like me, I would call myself a very resourceful douchebag.
Yeah.
I had Live 105.3 and Russ Martin stuff ready to go in the trunk of my car. So I was like, well, today's your lucky day, officer. If you'll let me just step outside of my car.
Yeah. Check my merch cabinet.
Yep. It's exactly what I did. So he let me step outside of my car. I opened up my trunk. I said, "What do you want?" It's all yours. So he started picking some stuff, and I'm like, okay. He goes, "Listen, you be real careful out there. Just don't let me catch you again." I was like, you need got it, officer.
You need an escort?
100%. 100%. It was awesome. And so then I just rolled up to work.
Being late to radio is the worst. I was late once, and Bert gave out my cell phone number to everybody. So I woke up to like 75 text messages. It was my real cell phone number. And at the time I was married to a psychopath who did not appreciate my phone being blown up by everybody. Like just everybody.
Y'all can Google who that psychopath is. It's pretty.
People are sending all sorts of weird stuff. It happens every once in a while.
Shame on him. That's shitty.
Yeah, he's the worst. Though one time when he was late, I every hour I gave out a different puzzle on how to solve the digits of his phone number, and I think like 2 people got it. Like
okay, Atlanta, come on.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, I mean, they were complicated puzzles because Tommy, our producer, was like, "Do not give his phone number out."
Oh, no, gloves are off. You give mine away.
Not. You have to solve a puzzle, Tommy, and sometimes.
Hold on, so he can give yours away, but we can't touch his.
Look, that's how it works in those shows where one person has all the power. The Russini thing's never going to end. I feel like at this point she just needs to come out and be like, I don't care. Like, so what? I had an affair with Variable, and I'm gonna do sports radio now. I'm gonna do a podcast, do whatever. Because she's just hiding. It just seems like there's so much more to be found out because she doesn't want. And clearly, there's enough people that hate her.
Who's gonna employ her? This is a genuine question. You don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole or Mike Rabel's pole. You don't want to touch that.
He only has 4 inches left. If you cut off 6 and get.
Here's the deal, Mike. Guys that have to brag about it. They don't have
it. No one of the big ones ever talked about cutting off inches.
Bingo.
And everyone was small and, yeah, man. I mean, I could still give her 6 and lose 6. It's like, get out of here.
Go away.
I can tell by your face.
Exactly.
All right, that's gonna do it for us today. Follow Jasmine at Jasmine Sadri so you can see all her Maverick meltdowns when they happen.
And
There'll be more of them.
There will be, and my wonderful, heartwarming World Cup fan coverage.
That's good for you. You have been great at that. You've been keeping me in the loop on that one.
Yeah.
I'm Moot Comedy. It's going to be a dad and dude weekend all weekend long. So
I can't wait.
Too bad Hooters isn't here. We do a dad and dude date at Hooters.
You totally should.
We'll go to Twin Peaks.
It's a nice alternative. They have a good kids menu.
Go to Twin Peaks and that when I pick them up from daycare.